Hi guys, Gerald here. So in today's video, I just wanted to talk about what you can do pretty much after buying your crypto from Coinbase, which is this term called a centralized exchange. Okay, so you guys see over here, actually I wrote it down already, so I'll just use some of the words that I've wrote before and then explain the whole process. Okay, because Okay, so in terms of what Coinbase is, it is pretty much in the previous video you guys saw, we did our pay now to convert it into our crypto dollars in very simple ways, which is this thing called a centralized exchange. Okay, so if you see, right, actually in the crypto world, there's this word called centralized versus this word called decentralized. So some of you guys might be wondering what exactly is the difference between centralization versus decentralization. Okay, so if you guys remember the drama in the past of 2021, there was this thing where actually the crypto exchange FTX, which is actually one of the companies that even Temasek invested in, pretty much went bankrupt when crypto crashed. Okay, so what happened all the way, or what happened during that period, is that everyone's money in FTX, okay, pretty much is gone up till today. Okay, although they are getting it back, they have been held funds for almost close to 3 to 4 years. Okay, so that is the issue of centralization. Okay, it's like putting money in the bank. Okay, if the bank goes bankrupt, okay, then honestly you can't really access it anymore until they get back the funds to pay you back. Okay, it's a bit different in Singapore because we have it's insured by the government and things like that up to a certain amount, but that is one of the issues with centralization. Okay, whereas compared to that, for decentralization wise, okay, pretty much what decentralization means is that your funds, okay, have no central entity, there's no one overlooking your funds, you are in control of your own wallet. So if you liken putting this money or money like this into your bank, you can think of it as putting money, okay, or your crypto like this, okay, via the decentralized way. Is like putting money in your own wallet. Okay, so that's one of the main key two differences. Okay, like example, okay, let's say I buy 1 Ethereum or 1 Bitcoin right now and I put it in my own wallet, which is decentralization. Okay, even 10,000 years later, even 100,000 years later, okay, it will still be there existing on the blockchain. Okay, but we cannot say the same for the banking companies, or if it goes bankrupt, something like FTX. Okay, you never know what can happen. Okay, 10,000 years later, what if the company just doesn't even exist anymore? Okay, so that is one of the beauties about the blockchain. Okay, everything will forever stay there unless you move it yourself. Okay, then what about the cons? Okay, so we talk about the pros. Okay, one of the cons of decentralization is that you are in control of your funds. Means that, okay, you must take care of it. Okay, you must protect it yourself. Okay, the thing about centralization is, let's say you do your funds on Coinbase or you purchase things on Coinbase, correct? You know that there's a help and support that can help you recover your items at any point in time. Okay, but that is not the case for decentralization. Okay, if you lose anything, if you lose your PIN code, if you lose your password, then it's gone forever. Okay, but in this case, the PIN code is really not that hard to keep safe. Okay, just think of it as the PIN code for crypto is just these 12 words that you have to keep safe. You can write it down, you can store it somewhere, and then pretty much then you can keep yourself safe in that way. Okay, so decentralized wallet. Okay, for the most of us, okay, right now we're using this wallet called Rabby, which I'll introduce it to you guys later, so don't worry about that as well, and the whole setup. Okay, so you guys can see over here we have learned what is the difference between Coinbase and a decentralized wallet. The software you'll be using is called Rabby, which we will talk about more later. Okay, think of it this way as just like your unique identifier on the crypto ecosystem, or your unique identifier online. Okay, so you can always send money from Coinbase to your decentralized wallet. You can also do the previous, or both ways. Okay, so you can do both ways and vice versa. Okay, so the thing that I want to highlight about is that, let's say if you keep your funds on things like Binance, if you keep your funds on things like FTX, okay, things like Coinbase, one of the issues is that if the company ever goes down, okay, you are not in control of your funds. So what we crypto native people always like to say, okay, we say this term, if it's not your keys, it means it is not your coins, because anytime anything can happen to it. So that's one of the issues with it. Okay, so that is the part on decentralization versus centralization. Okay, a lot of us actually prefer to keep our coins ourselves. Okay, if you want extra security, you can always get this thing called a ledger or a Trezor, which is actually your two-factor authentication for crypto wallets. Okay, but no worries, we can just start off with the basics. Okay, first things first, you guys have bought your Bitcoin or Ethereum or your crypto. Then now you learn how to store it yourself, which is what we'll be doing in that video. And then in the future, if you want to do two-factor authenticator on it, okay, then you can do that as well. So you can go through the whole step-by-step process. Okay, so moving on. So let me create a new profile for you guys where we can go through how exactly we can start to store our own tokens right now. Okay, so give me a moment. Okay, so I'll create an account. I'll create an account for the video. Okay, so the wallet I'm going to be talking about in today's video will be Rabby wallet, as you guys can see over here, and I mentioned earlier. So Rabby wallet wise, how exactly you guys install it, pretty much is like a Chrome extension, Brave extension. So it's an extension that I think all of you guys are familiar with. Okay, I think you guys are already familiar with what extensions are. So you can see, once I have installed it, you can see Rabby wallet has been added to Brave. So the next thing you want to do is you want to pin it to your Chrome browser, okay, or your Brave browser. And now you'll see that there's this pop-up over here that appears on your screen. You can see that what it allows you to do is it allows you to connect to all the applications that exist on the blockchain, okay, on Ethereum networks lah. Okay, I'll talk a bit about this more as well later. Okay, so it allows you to connect to things that, or the applications that exist on crypto itself. Okay, so you see that the thing with it is that you must store it yourself. Okay, it is stored locally and only you have access to these address. Okay, so for all of those that have a bit of experience doing crypto before, you have your own wallet, you can import your MetaMask account. You can also import your past seed phrases. Okay, otherwise for the rest of you that are watching this video that is your first time interacting with crypto, what you will do is you click on create new seed phrase. Okay, so next thing, this one you'll set a password. This password is just a password that you can remember. Okay, anything is fine, so that if anyone has your PC, they are not able to access your wallet without putting in the password. Okay, so once you're here, you can see you go to the create new seed phrase function. They'll tell you that if you lose your seed phrase, your assets will be lost forever. If you share your seed phrase with others, it can be stolen, and it's only stored locally on your computer. Rabby has no access on it. If you uninstall without backing it up, they cannot retrieve it for you. Okay, so if I click on next, you'll see that this 12 words is the important one that I should be focusing on. So these 12 words are the important PIN code. Okay, it's like a bank PIN code that you should keep down, you should save it down, and then once you save it down, you click you can copy it, paste it that word somewhere, then you save it, and then you'll be brought to this page. Okay, so once you guys are here, you can see that there are many addresses. Okay, some of you guys may be very foreign to this. All you have to do is you click on the first one. Okay, if you want to use more, you can click on the rest as well. But as a start, usually you only need one address to get started. You can see it will be seed phrase 1, number 1. Okay, then you click on add to Rabby, and then you click on done. Okay, then actually that's all. Okay, so you now see that my wallet is already set up over here. So you can see this wallet, if you see there's these two white squares. If I copy it, you can have this long string identifier. It's mixed out of numbers and letters, starts with 0x. This is like your PayNow number, okay, or it's like your number that you can send funds to in Singapore. Okay, it's your unique identifier on the blockchain. Okay, so pretty much what can you do? Okay, you can see that if you want to send money, okay, let's say you have money in Coinbase, you want to send it to this wallet. Okay, what you want to do is you click on, let's say your Coinbase for example, you want to click on send crypto. Okay, you can send whichever coins you want. Okay, but in this case we are sending Ethereum because this is an Ethereum network token. Okay, one thing you want to take note of is like you can see there's many different networks that you guys can use over here, and all of the many different network has different kinds of fees, as you guys can see over here. Okay, so just to give you an example, many different networks, okay, just allows you to transact at different costs. Okay, it's like taking your MRT or taking your train. Okay, many different trains that we have in Singapore, like the purple line with the orange line. Okay, to reach a certain destination. So there are many ways to reach a certain destination. Okay, then many destinations also have different kinds of things. So let's say, example, Malaysia has certain cafes or certain places that Singapore does not have. Okay, and then like certain networks also cost more and less in certain countries. Okay, think of it that way. Okay, liken it to different countries having different kinds of cost of living. Okay, so using different networks also have different costs. Okay, but you guys can see, okay, Ethereum is pretty much the main one. Okay, it's like your leader. Okay, it's also cost the most expensive, but most of the things exist on Ethereum itself. Okay, another one that you'll be using a lot will be called Arbitrum. Okay, because Arbitrum allows you to trade on this platform called Hyperliquid, where pretty much actually a lot of people are on it. Okay, so if you want to send funds, you can send via Ethereum. Then remember, they will ask you for the address. Okay, so address wise, I just have to paste this address that I put in, and then now I can send my funds over by just going next, and then confirming all of the details. Next thing, you'll see that the funds will appear in your wallet over here. Okay, so you can see why the Rabby wallet is so useful. Number one, you can start to store assets yourself. You know that it will forever exist on the blockchain unless you do something with it. Another thing is that you do not need to create an account every single time to access the different applications that exist on the blockchain or crypto anymore. Okay, this wallet acts like your unique identifier for everything. Okay, liken it to, for Singaporeans, we have this thing called SingPass. Okay, SingPass is like our unique Singaporean identity where we can access a lot of the government websites. So you guys can see your Rabby wallet can be used to log into any application or many of the applications that exist on the crypto network already. So you can see, no need to sign up, no need to give email, don't need to sign up password. I am already a user, or I can already use this website. Okay, so that is one of the main key differences with the centralization versus decentralization. Okay, before you want to move on to using all the different applications, you can just start off with knowing how to store your own coins safely, okay, so that you are not at the mercy of any companies in case they close down, or let's say you got burned by FTX, you got burned by, what else was there? You got burned by Celsius. Okay, there were many different platforms that went down during crypto crash. So now, even if crypto crashes, your funds are always safe. Okay, it doesn't matter what happens. Okay, so if not, I hope this video has been quite informative for you guys. Okay, if you guys want to find out more about crypto, you can leave a like, share the video, comment about what else you guys want to know about, and then I can share my knowledge with you guys. Okay, if not, that's all for this video, and I'll see you guys again.